take all of your items out of your pockets. And I'm like, bitch.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Does anyone have cyanide?
Speaking of sexual offenders. Not every time. I've just shit myself. So we went and saw Wicked tonight. This is the fourth time I've said this because stuff keeps going wrong. We went and saw Wicked tonight and Sienna did the stupidest fucking thing, which is we walked past, I wrote it down. It was so goddamn dumb. We walked past, right, a restaurant called Krabby's Crab Boil. And Krabby's Crab Boil. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth right now. The restaurant was called Krabby's Crab Boil, and the mascot that was sitting behind the text was on top of was a giant red crab. So you got a giant red crab standing behind text that says Krabby's Crab Boil, and Sienna goes, "Oh, you reckon they serve crab there?" And you were not joking. You were saying, "Oh, cool."
Because I didn't see the Krabby's Crab Boil. I just looked at the giant crab, and I thought it was maybe a fish and chip shop. And
no, because you said Krabby's. You're like,
yes, it was called Krabby. I didn't see the
crab boil was,
part.
But it was called Krabby's. There's a picture of a crab. And you were like, maybe it's just fish and chips.
And chips shop.
I don't know, man. That's pretty.
I thought it was, and I was like, oh, I wonder if they do crab and like lobster there. That was my thinking. That was where it went to.
It's pretty fucking dim.
It was one of my many.
Yeah, that'd be in the top 10 at least. Hi, everybody. If you're thinking, man, this is a weird camera angle, well, let me tell you what happened. First of all, we're so sorry the podcast has been off for a little bit. Things have been fun. Things have been fun. Sienna is now single.
I'm so happy with my life right now.
Sienna.
And no, I'm not moving into the granny flat, which is usually what happens.
Yeah. No, Sienna's staying in the main house alone with one less boyfriend. But
oh, Matt.
We've been off a bit.
That was really ominous.
What?
Of you saying, like, well, Sienna's single.
Well, look, here's the thing. We have so much because we got to catch up on what the last couple of weeks has been because so many fucking things have happened. But then also, what happened to you is like a dedicated podcast to itself.
We'll see.
And we might do that down the line a little bit because, look, we'll give you a hint. Sienna was cheated on for a long period of time. And the details of it are just fucking insane.
They are horrific.
And she can't really share it with... She can't openly share it with people in her life because there's multiple people involved in this 3-month-long affair that still need to find out. So we're going to give it...
Lucky me, I found out.
So we're going to give it a week or two and let the right people need to find out. And then Sienna, I said, because this has been fucking shit. And I said, you know what? At the end of all this, you can empty your heart on the podcast because the majority of the podcast listeners don't know us or our personal lives and our friends. So that will be a nice...
I'll just say this. For all you people out there, it's not hard to not cheat.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard. Lots of people manage to not do that.
Yeah.
So, if you're thinking about it, just remember that Siemba Bim Scarbo said, it's not that hard. You can do it.
Leave your partner.
Or
don't fuck that random person. So not necessary.
For 3 months.
For 3 months. So...
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. We usually have... so make sure you subscribe to the podcast on Spotify and YouTube so you don't miss out on that podcast.
That's going to be juicy.
Yeah, we'll hopefully have the camera back. So... Shut up, fucking television. We use a camera, and because the cameras will turn off after a certain amount of time, the batteries will die after an hour-long podcast, we have these adapters, which will go into the camera, and then instead of a battery, it's like a battery with a cord that comes out, so you can plug it into a wall or a PowerPoint or whatever. And if you get these, you should, get good ones. And I decided, good idea. I'll jump onto wish.com right now. I'll jump onto Temu and grab a couple of those. And the other day, I've ruined the end of the story, but I'm going about my business. I was filming some stuff for Lizzie. This is how fucking long it's been since we've done a podcast. It was Lizzie. I was filming stuff for Lizzie when this happened.
Who's Lizzie?
The thing I made, the video I made.
Lizzie.
Lizzie.
From the real GMat.
Big time.
Lizzie.
I made a 40-minute long little fucking thing on the real GMat channel. Anyways, bang! That's what I heard. I was filming.
That's right.
And I heard this, like that. It was a pop.
I was like, bikes.
It was like, bikes! Like that. Bang! And all my power goes out. And that's a scary sound to hear and then have the power go out.
Yeah, when someone yells, bikes!
So, it made me jump. I went, oh, fucking hell. Bikes! Power's gone.
Stealing the fuck you took.
Bikes?
Bikes!
So.
One more.
Stealing the fuck you took.
Bikes?
Bikes!
He does it so much better. Thank you, that's all I wanted.
So my power goes out. And then I immediately smell burning.
Oh no.
Like the smell of burning.
It's a STROKE.
Stroke. No, it was burning. It was just regular burning. And my first thought was, because I was on the last little bit of Lizzie, and I've been working on Lizzie for 6 months, and I was filming the last thing I wanted to film to fit into this perfect slot, and then I was going to export it. And my whole PC went, pew, and then I smelled smoking, and I went, fuck, I've broken my PC. Like, what else could be smoking? And when I smelled around everywhere, nothing was burning, nothing was smoking. And I went, all right, something in the wall, because sometimes that's how a lot of house fires start.
Yes, in the downlights especially.
A wire will fucking, I don't know how it works, but a wire will burn and go through when it's not insulated properly or something. Someone feel free to comment what actually happens. Someone who knows more than me. And then the house fires start. So I was like, oh, fuck. Eventually the burning smell went away. And I was like, okay. Now, your power didn't go out.
No.
So
perfectly fine.
it's something in here which is not normal.
You text me immediately like, did you bloody hear that?
I had so many. Ellie! Ellie! I've had it up to fucking here. I just wish she would go to Valhalla. I want that 2 minute speed up so fucking fast.
She's been a right turn.
She's been a right fucking cunt this week. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the change in people in the house.
Oh my God, Father. She's been.
Do you want to put these shoes on to cover your dogs?
No, I just don't know how to sit in this chair. I'm just having a real struggle time.
So sorry.
It's fine. Can you keep that screaming? Quit it!
Sometimes I just want to get her in a chokehold
And just go to sleep, go to
till
sleep,
she
go to sleep.
stops.
Yeah, till the bubbles stop.
She has been like so up and down.
Yeah.
She's either so fucking annoying or wants nothing to do with me. I'm like, bro, can I have a cuddle?
Yeah.
And she's like, no.
She's just been very
Moody.
like
I'm telling you,
like revved up.
I'm telling you, it's the fucking rabbit. Ever since the rabbit got here, she is like, she knows there's a something in there. So, anyways,
You're smelling PC.
everything seems fine. Everything's good. Later on, I'm like, all right, everything's good. Turn the PC on. Everything's good. I'll go start filming. I go to turn the camera on, and the camera won't turn. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, so I immediately go to, I'll unplug the thing, and I look down. The fucking
the plug.
You know,
There it is. I'm looking at it.
do you see it? Can you grab it? In all my days on this earth, I've never seen this happen before. It's the cleanest. I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see.
Shit.
You do whatever you want, Sienna. I'm zoomed in on this thing. This was on the other side of the room. So there's
Just exploded.
there's no wire coming out of the top of that anymore. It just exploded and shot across the room. So I've got just the cable. It's like someone cut it with a fucking with like a samurai sword.
Just
So the bang sound was just going and fucking flying across the room. Never seen that happen before. That's the most interesting thing to happen to me in the last couple of weeks.
Thanks, kids,
That's
for
not
knitting
true.
that wire together from us from Temu.
So that is why we're using a webcam, and we don't have to be in this spot. We just are, because fucking why not? It's midnight.
Yeah, we just got back from seeing Wicked.
So I'm seeing Wicked! Wicked! Wicked!
Smooth transition.
At the start of the movie, I don't know if you guys have seen Wicked. I don't know if it's every Wicked movie either. There was trivia.
What'd you say? Yeah.
We don't do movie trivia in Australia. I know that's a thing in like the US. It'll be like a award-winning actor who starred in blah 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 blah.
I didn't know
Everyone
that was
goes,
a thing.
John Travolta.
I
You
did
know,
not know that was a thing.
it's part of their like openings. We don't do that in Australia, but they had ones, and I just started shouting stuff out, and the people behind us did not find it funny at all.
Yeah, because they had the answers straight, like the
Yeah, everybody had the answers.
Yeah.
That's what they thought. They were fucking special.
Yeah.
They thought they were the only Wicked fans in there saying Wicked.
Yeah.
They're like, what is the first song that Elphaba sings? I'm like,
The Wizard and I.
they're like, oh, I totally got it. I got it. And I said,
I was like, that's fucking lazy. Get her to sing Dear Old Shiz.
and because I shouted it before they could say anything, they were like, they're like, oh, I would have, I mean, and it's like I'm taking it away from them. Mm-hmm. The questions was like I didn't write them all down, but
Did you have what university does Elphaba go to?
yeah, it said what state? Where is Dorothy from?
Yeah.
And it was like the answer was Kansas, and I was like Ohio, which I thought was very funny.
I liked when they're like, what university do they attend? Deacon.
That was it. And it said, what's the first song that Elphaba sings? And I was like, Grease Light.
Didn't hear that one.
And that was the one. It was when I said Deacon, they were like, and I heard them, and I was like, that's so fucking funny. And then it was finish this lyric, no one mourns the, and I was like, Reich. And they were like, I heard them talk. I'm like, guys, I'm saying no one mourns the Reich.
Yeah.
You fucking idiots.
I'm sad I wasn't sitting next to you.
Yeah, really. They got really fucking.
I heard the Deacon one. I laughed. Is it popped up straight away? Like people like take the time to read the thing.
Yeah.
Just like, which university is that? We go, Deacon.
And I'm never usually like a loud like asshole. Like I'm a loud asshole, but I'm not. Yeah, I don't usually like ruin that. But for whatever reason, I was in a weird mood
Yeah.
tonight.
You didn't want to go.
No, I really didn't. I'm glad I went.
I really thought you were going to say Frankston when it said, where's Dorothy from?
Yeah. I
Frankston.
don't know why I went Ohio. I think it's because it said what American state, and I was like Ohio.
Yes.
Like obviously,
Yep.
it's not. Obviously, it's Kansas. Ohio. I want to be like Detroit.
Yeah. The Bronx.
Compton. I don't think we're in Compton anymore.
Yeah.
Straight out of Oz. All right, that's enough.
That's enough. It was a really good movie.
Yeah.
The marketing for this thing is
insane.
It's nuts. Everywhere, the entire cinema is. If any movie is coming out at the same time as Wicked, just fucking don't worry about it.
You're done.
It's over. All the popcorn, all of they're trying to have like the Gladiator promos, and we're like, nah, come on. We want the Wicked cups. We want the Wicked buckets.
I had one girl in front of us, this like 15-year-old girl, was like, I have to get a Gladiator cup. And I'm like, you have to stop trying so hard.
That's
no one, like it was, because she was with like a group
She'll
of,
get, yeah, she
was
wants,
with a group of boys.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to fucking label anybody or assume, but we've seen this a million times before with like a girl. I want to be like, I know there's a million people shouting into their fucking car speakers right now going, well, maybe she just liked Gladiator. No. She didn't. Trust me. Trust in my heart and soul. This 15-year-old girl was not interested in Gladiator. She was interested in one of the four boys she was with.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to be a old-fashioned piece of shit.
She likes to be the.
Well, she was a 15-year-old girl, so let's maybe cut that out. I'll cut that out, don't worry. I don't need you going to fucking jail. Although, you said it, not me. So, you're just gonna, no one's gonna give a fuck.
You win to some.
It's this.
I didn't see her, by the way, so I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth. Yeah, we won't spoil it, but it was great. I loved it.
If you've seen the stage version, got to tell you, it's quite similar.
I want to say blown away. I was like, I enjoyed it so thoroughly.
They sang the shit out of it.
They sang the fucking mutt right off the damn thing.
Yeah, and they sang live too, which is awesome.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
It was, I said to Matt in the car, it was distracting because I played enough before, and I knew all the words, like I knew all the dialogue, and that was a bit distracting.
Wait, have you played Alphabet?
I don't want to fucking brag.
We'll be right back.
Would they have painted me green once?
Yes.
Yeah. I rehearsed the show for 2 years because we had to stop for COVID, and then we went back in it and basically started the rehearsal process again and just redid the whole show. So I know the fucking dialogue back to fronty.
Backing to
and
fronting.
they added stuff and they took stuff away, and that was the only thing that was sucking me out of the movie.
Was like how things change. Like you're saying the line in your head and then it changes and you're like, fuck, I'm in a cinema.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was like, I was anticipating what the next line would be, and if it was different, I was like, oh. And then I was thinking about what it was.
Yeah.
And then what it is, and now I've missed 20 seconds.
Meanwhile, I was so immersed that there was a point in the show, there was a point in the film. I mean, there was a couple points, but there was one point in particular where everyone did a round of applause for somebody.
Was it Madame Marvel when she came in?
I think so,
yeah.
but they started round of applause, and in the cinema I went. Forgot that I wasn't part of the film.
Yeah. Yeah, it does suck you in. Ariana, fantastic. Cynthia, oh my God.
Oh my godfather.
But Jonathan fucking Bailey, now he is an openly homosexual.
Jonathan Gailey.
I want him to fold me up like a lawn chair.
I've never been so happy somebody's gay before. I was like, I might stand a chance.
The sexual tension oozing off of that man.
He's very, very good.
He was outstanding as Fiero.
Yeah,
and I was really going in being like, oh, I don't like that he's British. I don't love
it worked
British
so
Fiero.
well.
He was like, oh, first fight to Glinda. I was like, oh my God!
Oh, first fight. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck.
Yeah, he was hot as shit. And he sang really well and he danced really well. And I just wanted him to like take all his clothes off.
He just whirled with it. Look at my tummy. I look like a fucking Cuban drug lord. Can I tell you about the Shrek tour, the last show that we did?
Well, Matt, please.
It has been so... Because, you got cheated on, so we've been a little bit busy.
Oopie doopie.
We also, like as well as that, you were, like... Shit was getting bad in your relationship. So there was a week there where you were like... I can't get on the podcast and smile and laugh. I literally can't. And
it
was
was
like, okay,
it was just at a point of questioning, being like, something is going on here, and it was a lot of
sleepless nights and long days.
Literally zero sleep for. I think I've had like accumulatively like 16 hours sleep in the last 3 weeks. Yeah.
You're doing well.
Thank
I'm
you.
laughing at it, gang, but I've been fucking...
Matt's been keeping me alive.
I'm just giggling because fuck,
Yeah, it's been rough.
So...
But yes, we
had that week, and
we
then
were
the
prepping
actual
for
you break it up.
24-hour show.
Yeah, and then you break it up that week. Like, it's just been...
It's been horrible.
It's been difficult to get in front of a camera and do giggles.
Because we were going to do a podcast. You're like, I've got so many notes. You can just talk to me. And I'm like, I will not be able to vibe enough with you because I'm thinking about too many other things. And it's going to be a waste of time because it's going to be a shitty one person talking to me podcast. So we do apologize, but
no, we don't.
But we're back. It's good to see me, isn't it?
So make sure you subscribe to the Patreon because Sienna will have a lot more time to do her solo Patreon podcast.
Wow. So they painted Matt
weeks ago.
Green. And he did
I did green, yeah. We've both been green. Weeks ago, I did my last Shrek Rave tour. And it's been so long, I know I'm going to fuck up every single story. But first of all, in the show, in the context, because it's a nightclub show, when we're singing, what's the problem, baby? What's the problem? I don't know. Well, maybe I'm in love. I think about accidentally love. We there's a bit in the middle there where she like takes out what does she do first? Oh, she puts a feather boa around me and pulls me into her boobs, and I go, no, think about it. No. Like I do that, and the audience loves that. She handcuffs me and we do a little dance. She gets a baton out and she's like, should I? And she spanks through the baton. That's like the most like sort of sexual thing that we do through the show. And that's in like the last set. Everyone goes fucking apeshit. Anyways, all of that stuff got taken at customs.
Really?
It was fucking weird. And the lady was such a... I'll tell you what, every other flight we took during this period of time, perfectly fine.
Yeah.
This one, every single person was a fucking cunt.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what it is. I get it. There might be a bomb, but chill the fuck out.
Yeah, does it look... Come on, guys.
Like, they took this stuff and they're like, what is this?
What,
like,
do you want me
off,
to explain?
Cool down. She's like... And the Hannah, who was doing it, she's like, they're
like props.
They're props for a show that we're doing. And she goes... like, well, this, like, you can't take this on the plane. And she's like, why? She goes, because they look like weapons.
Put them in the cargo hold.
I'm like, I fucking I'm like, first of all, these handcuffs are so flimsy, shitty, and they're like $2 shop handcuffs you could snap with your hands. They barely got around my wrist. They were like kids' ones. The baton.
Oh, that's right, because you guys were only allowed carry on. That was the beef. You had to bring it on.
Yeah, but fuck, the baton, you could squeeze.
Oh.
Like, it was plastic and hollow. You could squeeze all of it together. I'm like, I could fucking do more damage with my phone than this thing.
Yep.
Conk someone on the head with my phone. If I hit someone on the head with this, they go.
Yeah. Oh.
What was that? Did you just hit me? And you'd be like, yeah. Hit as hard as I fucking could, and that's all it would do. So they took it. And they were fucking cunts about it too. Well, like, we've got footage of us using these in the show. Look in my bag, you'll see a giant green rubber mask, which doesn't help our case.
Yeah.
But I was like, can you fucking chill? There's like there's a Louis C.K. bit about how he has clay because he likes to do art, and they take the clay off him at customs, and they're like, because they have clay explosives, so they're like, you can't you can't have this on the plane. Like, why? Because it might be explosive. Like, okay, and they throw it in the bin. And he's like, well, it's a bomb or it's not.
Yeah.
Either take it off me and we have a problem, or give me my fucking clay.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt. I was like,
guys,
give us the fucking tiny plastic baton that's this fucking big, and I could squeeze. You'd squeeze it and you let go and you go. And fill back up because it's hollow and made of plastic, not even rubber. Fucking idiots. Yeah, fucking flying, man. Like,
it must be like they're just having like just those anal officers. Because when 2 ex-boyfriends ago, we went to Cairns, myself and Dylan stupidly took his stupid school backpack with him. You know, the big bulky school bag. And in the school bag, someone had gifted him a lighter in the shape of a giant bullet.
Okay.
And it was a proper looking bullet, right? And they put his bag through the scanner and it's like, WT fuck is that?
Yeah, that looks like a bullet, son.
And he pulls it out and he goes, oh no. And it's quite an expensive gift.
Yeah.
And I was quite annoyed. I was like, why are you so dumb that you didn't check your bags? Because he just used it every day, so just bringing it with him. And they like opened it up and they turned it on and like they're like, I guess it's a, you know, whatever. Do you want to check it in with something else? What do you want to do with it? And he's like, well, it's a gift, and they let him keep it.
And took a lighter on the plane?
Yeah, I think so.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
And I couldn't take handcuffs that you couldn't fit around the average person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
Because it was like it was a proper gift. He's like, I had no idea I had this in my bag, blah, 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 blah. I think they said something like it has to stay somewhere. And we're like, dude, we didn't mean it.
Fucking stupid.
Unless it wasn't a lighter and it was maybe like a knife or something. It was something inside the bullet.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a real bullet.
You could open it up and see that it was something.
Yes.
Like a toy.
Yes, exactly.
The one who was like the lady who was you know, you go up to check in and you put your shit onto a
conveyor
plastic
belt.
tray.
Yes.
Put it in the tray. And it wasn't our one, but the woman over to the other side of us was like yelling at people. She's like, different bags in different trays.
Oh, yeah.
Which, by the way, wasn't the rule the last time I was there a week ago. And they were like, do you want to take it? Yes, you must remove all belts and all items in your pocket.
That's not true because sometimes they're like, oh, yeah, we can see you wearing a belt.
Yeah. For take it out, put it in your hand or whatever. Like, it changed. And by the way, I don't fucking fly.
Yeah.
I don't fly that often. You know, most people stay in one fucking place. So when I go to the airport, I need to be told what to do.
Yeah.
And she's going, take all of your items out of your pockets. And I'm like, bitch.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Your
Yeah.
job is to tell me, you fat, ugly cunt. Which she was. Fat, old, ugly bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going off at people for fucking, like, oh my God, I have to tell you what to do.
It's like, we're a new customer every time.
For fuck's sake. You think flying is like, it's I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Just, sir, could you just pop this, you know?
Yeah. All right.
Like, I had earrings on one time that went through the buzzer. And I was coming home from a work trip from Sydney, and the people at the X-ray machine were like, earrings, and I'm like,
fucking unbelievable.
what? Okay, sorry. And they were like sleepers that are really hard to take out because they like insert into one another. So I was like fucking trying to I was like, Sophie, can you get the other one? And we're holding up the line. But I'm like, I haven't got anything else on me. Like, it is obviously this and that. Earrings!
On my first flight, the first one I'd taken in like years since I went to Queensland. This is for like the Hobart show. I can't remember where I was going first. But I went through and put my stuff on the conveyor belt. And my brain, I guess this isn't the stupidest thing to think, but rightfully I was like, it's a metal detector. It wants to see if you have metal on it. And people take stuff out of their pockets. And I asked the lady, I was like, I started taking off my jewelry, and she's like, jewelry, it won't pick up jewelry, like it's fine. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I put my keys and my phone in the thing in my bags, but I left my wallet in my back pocket because I'm like, my wallet's not going to get picked up by a metal detector. And I went through and he's like, you got something in your pocket? I was like, just my wallet. And he went, that's not going to do. You'll have to go back. And I was like, why do you need to talk to me like this?
Why?
Fucking airports, man.
It's because like
thanks a lot, 9/11.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Osama bin Laden.
Did you know that both the towers fell?
Straight down.
I could not believe it when I saw it 2 weeks ago.
I would say, and I don't like to speak ill of anybody, but
No.
I think Osama bin Laden went too far.
I think he was a little OTT.
Yeah, I think, again, I don't want to speak ill of the dead. What a jerk.
Kind of a shit guy.
Kind of a shit guy.
Kind of a
bad man.
If I see
Osama Bad Laden, they should rename him. That'll
big
burn.
time.
Yeah.
Cry baby Baghdadi, that's what we all called him. Bagar Baghdadi
I haven't done the
is dead.
I haven't done the voice on the podcast since Trump took office.
Oops.
Since Patriots got back in charge. No one's going to think. For fuck's sake, can we just let everybody know moving forward, I'm not a Trump supporter. I am joking. I think it's the worst thing.
I was just going to say,
I think it's really, really bad.
One comment going like, you didn't make fun of 9/11. I'm going to fucking go schizophrenic on your ass.
It's like I have to end every joke by being, by the way, guys.
By the way, I'm joking.
I think it's a bad.
How do you go through life being triggered that easily? You clearly need to get bullied a little bit more.
What a loser. When you get so sad, you make a mockery of the United States.
Kamala
could not win because she was really weird in front of cameras all the time.
She's Jamaican. She couldn't be president.
The left spent 10 years telling everybody who voted for Trump or supported Trump that they were pieces of shit. And look what happened. This whole election is our fucking fault.
Yeah.
We've spent 10 years acting like fucking dickheads, pushing everyone away who felt just not perfectly aligned with this This very thin margin that makes you a liberal person or a Democrat. This very you can't stray out of it ever so
everyone
slightly.
wants to be more liberal than the next person, so it just gets smaller and smaller.
And then what we did is we labeled people Trump supporters. We attacked Trump supporters, and look what happened.
Idiots.
It's our fucking fault. There's so many other. It's such a nuanced issue that it's super not just our fault. But there was a certain part of me that was just like, this is what we fucking get for being dickheads.
Well, they're both going to be. We're going to be as bad as each other.
That's not true. You keep saying that, and that sounds like something that your dad would say that you're just repeating. Because it's not true at all.
Because they're not in office for long enough to do anything substantial.
But as a figurehead, Trump will do more damage than Kamala.
Yeah, because I'm not going to say anything.
As a figurehead, as someone to look up to, this is a win that's going to fuel a lot of fires that we don't want fueled.
It's just the fact that he just makes everybody angry.
Yeah, and he makes the right angry as well. Like he fires everybody up because he fires them up, and they get angry at them, and they get he is a hot fire in that country that just needs to go away.
It needs to go away.
So that we can we need aliens to show up. So we need to be attacked by aliens so that we all can unite together.
Didn't they just say they're here
constantly?
What of it?
Congress, there was the thing at Congress where they're like, there's aliens, and people are like, oh, well, look at that, you know?
Yeah, but the Wicked movie's out.
And it just happened the other day again. They're like, yeah, there's UFOs. I'm like, whoa. What's that noise? You know, I've never been so certain that the government controls our algorithm than this week when we're like, there's aliens. And we're like, yeah, but Ariana Grande went on her 36th interview to cry and say, once in a lifetime you meet a friend and you meet 40 fucking times.
They are crying a lot.
Every interview they're like, you know, you want to get one friend every now and then that just makes you...
You do get really attached to your Glinda.
Yeah, but you get there once. You don't do it word for word, 40 interviews straight. Ludicrous.
Yeah. I thought they were very nice.
They were nice, yeah. But it starts to lose its charm when Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper... when she does the speech, you know, there's one person in 100 that can believe in you, and you only need one to believe in you. And there's a compilation of her doing that like 70 times.
Like she repeats the same thing.
Yeah, and it's really emotional and it's really deep. It's about her connection with Bradley Cooper and the creation of Star is Born. And sorry, I didn't mean to click at you then. I meant that was me just trying to think. Star is Born, and she says the same thing word for word every single interview, so it takes some of the punch out of it. So when I see Ariana Grande crying for the 96th time this week, I'm like, we get it. You made a new friend. Chill.
You made a
Settle
new friend.
down. You guys are making a musical movie. You're not making 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah.
All right? Chill out on the fucking theatrics.
Yeah.
This is not a...
She did say in one of the interviews, she's like, by the way, I read the comments and I hate us too.
Yeah. Okay, that's funny. Yeah, all right.
She's like, we are not doing this on purpose. They just ask emotional questions. But like the interviewers are just as emotional. Like I've interviews of them and the interviewers are the ones that cry first. They're like, this movie changed my life.
Have you seen the one of the interviewer being like, Ariana, I just want to say, all my friends, my girlfriend I'm currently dating, we all met through your fandom. And the reaction that she has when he says that is not of like, wow, it's of like disgust.
Oh, she's like...
I don't think she's trying to make that face, but something's going on with her at the moment.
Her eyebrows...
Something's going on with her head.
Her eyebrows are... She's in a constant state of fret, is what her mum says. She's like, you know, resting bitch face. I have constant state of fret face.
Resting fret face.
Resting fret face. She's like, I always look like so stressed. That's because they've cut her eyebrows to be like on the diagonal, so they just point up, and she just looks worried all the time.
I'm gonna find it. I'll put it in the end.
Met each other. Found each other. I'm in a relationship because of it through your fandom.
So, get to Adelaide. The last shows that we're doing. Adelaide, going from... us Hobart performing at the casino and the hotel, the combination. That whole trip was fucking great. Adelaide,
Yeah.
like the venue was really cool. People were rough as balls, and
Adelaide,
the
maybe?
hotel was dog shit. We took the elevator up and the elevator down. You'd go up and you'd be like, bing bong, and right before the doors open, it went, and I was like, fucking hell, bing.
Yeah.
And I'd get out and be like, what the fuck was
Jesus
that?
Christ.
And then I'd get back in. I was like, this is really weird. But when I came up, it fucking jumped. Go down the bottom floor. Bing bong. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
We're in the Tower of Terror.
Did that every time. By the way, I'm jumping ahead and forward back in time. But the next morning, right, we're leaving and we performed on a Friday night. We have a Saturday. No, wait. We performed on a doesn't matter. Performed on either a Friday night or a Saturday night. So the next morning we have a flight at like 6 a.m. So I'm out, or like 7 a.m. I'm out there at like 5 or 6. I can't remember. Real fucking early. So people are finishing up their nights. And there is a guy in the hotel. I don't know if he's staying at the hotel, but he's walking around the lobby in like mostly a suit with no shoes.
Oh my gosh.
Headphones on that are plugged into nothing. And he's just walking around so fucking weird and juiced up. And I walked in, he's like, hey, brother. I was like,
Hello.
hey, man. He goes, they got serving breakfast. And I was like, okay.
At 5 in the morning.
Now, it must have been 6. But they had a buffet, like a continental breakfast.
Wow.
And then I sat as far away from him as I could and watched him greet everyone that came off the elevator like, hello, hi, getting yourself some breakfast?
Oh my goodness.
So fucking weird.
Keeper of the hash
The
browns.
weirdest guy. And no one was stopping him. He stunk so bad.
Hotel
Anyways,
staff don't get paid enough to deal with that shit.
so when I'm doing the Shrek shows, right, something that I find fun, or that I did find fun when I was doing them, was I'd be singing, I'd be like, so you said, oh, what's the problem, baby? And when I had like a break in vocals, no. I'd like go to the front row to the people and I'd like talk to them and I'd be like, I'd take the mic away and I'd be like, I'm so fucking hot right now. And what's this settle? And I'd go back to singing. And it's only they would hear me say that.
Yeah.
And I'd talk to them and they would always laugh. They'd always enjoy it. It's like a moment just between us. Or go up and say like I don't know what the fuck the lyrics are. Do you guys know what the lyrics are next week? At Baba 7, no, and always went down really well. And people would call me over. Like one time when we were in Hobart, a girl called me over. 2 girls called me over. Like, Jack, I came over. I wasn't singing at the time. And they're like, can you do a shoey? And I was like, I got a accidentally in love. Because I didn't want to.
Yeah, gross.
So this girl calls me over at the Adelaide show. And I come in and I'm like, what's that? And she gets my head and pulls me in like that into my little fucking ear hole. And she goes, I'll suck your dick if you want me to. And I was like, whoa, what you said? Or what's the problem, baby? That was it. She pulled me, she grabbed my head so hard, I'll suck your dick if you want me to. And I just went, and backed away.
Accidentally in love.
Anyways, we do this segment called Far, Far Away Idol. There's a couple things across the show where we'll like do stuff for the audience, like a dance competition and an onion eating thing.
Gross.
God, I got the hiccups now. And Far, Far Away Idol, we pull people up to sing. And I don't pick them. Donkey picks them.
Yeah.
And then we give them 3 songs.
Yeah.
My hero. You know, it's not important. He pulls her up, doesn't realize it. And she's up on stage.
Yeah.
And she does her song. And the whole bit is that me and Fiona will vote numbers. And then the guy he's wearing a Simon Cowell mask, he'll give him a low vote. And gave her like a 3 and was like, and she was mouthing off so fucking bad.
She
Like
must
going,
be
you
blessed.
fucking KO, fucking motherfucker.
Adelaide.
And I had to keep getting stopped, like, because then the next person went and then he voted and she started going off again. And at this point, security is to the side of the stage. So, like, when she comes off the stage, they're going to be like, you might be a little fucked up. We need to get you out of here or have a conversation with her. And she, when she's going off on him, she goes to fall backwards and she's going to fall right in all the DJ equipment. So I grabbed her and then just had my arm around her. And I was like, oh, you know, I'm Shrek. And I'm like, and I like
holding her up. Yeah, basically.
And I looked over at the event manager and the fucking security. And I was like, oh, it's all good. I got her. We'll take care of her. And then she's like, oh, I'm like with Shrek. And she's like rubbing my chest. I'm like, okay. And she goes, down and grabs my cock. fully gets her whole fucking hand and like grabs my cock and balls. And then I grabbed her by the shoulders and I pulled her off and I just went like, yep. And I like waved the security and they came up and took her off the stage. And they took her away. I was like, yeah, we're done. That'll be it, sweetheart.
So what are you sitting around here for? Where's your sexual harassment lawsuit?
I don't fucking know. No, they care. No one fucking cares that I got groped by this fucking psycho.
Happens to males too, everybody.
Look, it doesn't happen the same. I mean, here's the thing. And here's why it's different. And why I've had to explain this to a couple people. I could kill her with my hands if I wanted to.
Yep.
The feeling wasn't accompanied by any kind of fear.
Or threat, yeah.
Or threat. It was just, get the fuck off me. I'm flush. I'm hot.
Are you?
Yeah. Oh, how are you not hot?
I'm never hot. Ever.
She grabbed my cock. So that happened.
I have one note.
Just making sure, because I think that's it. Oh, there is one more thing, but yeah, go.
So I was driving.
Hold on to that. Actually, no, you go. You tell me. I'll jump back to this Adelaide after.
Go to Adelaide.
Look, it's not that big of a... It's just that the flight home was fucking weird because this woman...
Oh, yeah.
This woman got on the plane next to me. The woman sitting next to me was so not present. I felt like I was on a bus in the sky. I was like, how do these people get... She's so fucking fucked. And she's like... She pulls her tray out and sleeps on her tray. Like her head just bonk on her tray and her arms hang down. I was like, what the fuck? And by the way, she never turned her phone onto airplane mode, which I'm sure doesn't really matter, but they were like, put your phone on airplane mode. And she's sending off fucking texts. I don't know if she spoke English because her phone was in another language, in some Asian language. I can never discern what it is. And she had this huge fucking gash on her hand.
Yikes.
That was like wrapped up with like one Band-Aid, and you could see the gash coming out both sides. And she just kept looking at it and then passing out a bit more and then looking at her gash hand and then falling asleep on the fucking...
I wonder if she'd like come from the hospital, had like just bouts of morphine.
If she'd come from the hospital, they would have done something about it. This was like one Band-Aid.
Yeah, right.
No, she had not been
to... It was a Dora Explorer Band-Aid.
She had not been to any medical professional.
That's quite
for
funny.
this fucking wound on her body.
Just a cheeky shot of heroin, get me home.
That was the only other thing. There was definitely like more details about all of these stories, but it's been so long.
Sorry.
No. Now, all right, now you go.
I was driving past the Woolworths and all of a sudden, all of the cars slam on their brakes.
Their brackets.
All of us slam on their brakes. A fucking old man got full on like Mario Kart blue turtle shelled in the crosswalk. He had been absolutely obliterated.
Holy fuck.
And his...
This sounded so cute when you're like, he got absolutely Mario
No,
Karted. No, he got cleaned up.
He was in his little buggy, like old man buggy, little buggy scooter.
Yeah.
And a motorbike fucking mowed him down. So by the time we passed him, he was on his back like this.
Fucking hell, Sienna, keep it light.
And his Mario Kart was in bits. And all of his stuff was all over the road because it obviously, like, the car ran through him and just...
What was all his stuff? Like,
it was just like...
2 cans of condensed soup.
No, it was like a water bottle and like...
Bag of Werther's Originals.
Yes, just shit everywhere and like pieces of plastic and like
bunch
a wheel.
of fucking hankies.
And like I saw him on the side of the road and he was like stuck like this. And I was like, I saw motorcyclist, and she was really shaken up, but like I was like, that guy got fucking blue turtle shelled. He was about to cross the finish line and she just dogged him up. She cleaned him up. But just driving past, seeing someone like on the ground clearly hurt and then their mode of transportation in tiny pieces.
And they're like,
I was like, oh my goodness. And then
Richard!
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of people that were like running across the road, so it obviously like just happened.
Yeah, well, you see an old man get cleaned. There's nothing worse than watching an old person get cleaned up.
Oh, he was... I'll be surprised if he lived. It was bad.
Well, I'm glad you laughed all the way through that.
Yeah, well, it was just funny seeing him on his back because I was like, oh, that guy got turtle shelled and he was like on his back. And he had like one of those like plastic things around his legs, you know, like Forrest Gump. Like they have those things around his legs to like help him run.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this just gets sadder and sadder and
Yeah,
sadder.
yeah, big time.
I mean, once you've been cheated on for 3 months, everything else is...
Well, that was it. I
Nothing
drove off and I was like, oh yeah, that's my life right now. I guess I wish I was that guy.
Yeah, they're like, oh, he can't walk again.
Mm-hmm.
He's lost all function in his brain.
Mm-hmm.
He's you know, and his wife's gonna have to take care of him. And you're like, well, at least he's married.
At least he's fucking married.
Yeah,
Guys,
fucking.
so sad.
When an old person falls over and they like when they're walking, they do this fucking thing. Physical theater, everybody. They go like this. They're walking, and they're going real slow, and they go.
Yeah, their knees lock up.
They can't catch themselves.
Yes.
They go on this slow. And they just fucking go.
And they go, oh, Gladys has gone down.
They go, oh,
She's had a fall.
Nana.
Someone get a walker. Someone get the fentanyl, please.
And it's never fucking good.
Do you know what we watched today? Was the episode of Bluey called The Sign. What did you think about that episode, Matthew? What did you think about the famous half an hour long episode of The Sign? Tell us all about it.
Sad.
Was it sad?
Would this be annoying everybody if I did the rest of the podcast like this?
It fucking sounds annoying.
So I don't have to hold it anymore.
Well, I'm glad this is going to get cut out.
Nope.
Smooth transition.
I thought it was very sad, but a happy sad. But I don't know if it's emotional immaturity. I don't know what it is. But when I cry, my body and my brain can't discern why I'm crying. So the feeling afterwards remains. And it's always the feeling of crying sadness.
Oh, so even if you were in the moment crying of happy tears.
Yeah, afterwards I'll have the effects of I'd been crying because I'm
just
sad.
cried.
So it like fucked up the rest of my night
Oh, I'm so sorry.
and day. And I'm exhausted now. Like my legs, I'm getting out of breath.
That's because you just did a comedic bit.
No, it's because I hate macas. My legs are sore. My soul hurts.
Your soul hurts.
We all have feelings.
We all
Sienna.
have feelings. We're allowed to feel things at the same time.
We all have feelings.
So what's on for... Oh, can we talk about the 24-hour show?
Yeah.
Uh,
We did a 24-hour show.
That was the... Okay, I'll just give a brief.
Yeah.
Found out this horrible news on Thursday lunchtime.
Yeah.
Didn't obviously sleep Thursday because this bullshit's happening to me.
Yep.
Friday, we have to try and get out of it. We have to try and sleep as much as we can because Friday night...
Yeah. Set up the premise first. Because nobody knows what we're sleeping for.
Sorry. We are about to do a 24-hour musical. I'm on the production team. I'm assistant directing. Matt is in the cast. We don't know what he's cast as, but he's going to participate as an actor on the Stud-J.
None of us know what it is.
None of us know what the show is. None of us know what we have
One person,
to
the company president, knows what the show is.
but no one else does. But we do know that it's going to be like 27, 28 hours of us being awake. So we need to, and it starts on the Friday night.
So Friday night at 8 p.m, the guy goes, here's the show. And then Sienna and those people fuck off. Mm-hmm. And they go, all right, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to get a cast. You guys we're going to start working on this. And then we just sit there and we learn like the ending number.
Yeah,
with
just the
MD.
big finale.
And then they come out and they say, all right, here's the cast. There's no auditions. We've auditioned to get into the selection. Mm-hmm. And then they just go, this person could do this, and then we do it. And then we have literally 24 hours from that 8 p.m. to get a show together.
Yep.
And it's a train wreck every time.
It is.
But it's so fucking funny.
It was probably one of, if not the most, like the funniest show I have ever seen in my entire life. I lost my voice. I was laughing that hard. And yes, because the script was dog shit, we'll get into it, but also because the actors that we cast were fucking hilarious.
So we have teleprompters on stage, so we want to know our lines roughly, but if we get totally lost, we can look at the teleprompters, which is also funny when you're doing a song.
You got to start dragging the person over to the teleprompter.
Screen. So there's a lot of room for like improv and like going and like letting the audience know you fucked up. It creates a very, very
like welcoming,
easy environment for comedy. And people come in going, this is going to be a train wreck. Let's just enjoy it.
And like people are they're laughing at each other on stage. Like everyone breaks character because they've fucked up and they're laughing at a choice someone's made, which was one of my favorite things.
But we get from start to finish. The choreo's all over the place. The singing's terrible, but people have a good time.
Yeah.
So then, because we're going to be awake for that long.
So yeah, on Thursday, no sleep.
We stayed up late.
Yeah, because you were here being like, can you put that noose away, please? You're like, Sienna, just go to sleep. Just get. And Matt literally tucked me in. He's like, "Are you going to be okay? You're going to be okay." And then we tried to sleep for as long as we could through Friday day. And we both got up at around 2:00, I reckon.
2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah. And you came over early in the morning just to check that I wasn't a dead person in the room.
Yep.
Like, so are you breathing? I was go, huh?
I feel like something happened in the morning that got me up that I had to deal with.
I didn't answer my phone, I don't think.
No, that was an unrelated, different thing. That was Sunday.
That's right.
But there was something that I had to get up for, and then I went back to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, keep going. Sorry, I'm interrupting.
I don't know what we were doing. We were just like trying to just get a little bits and pieces organized. And I had a doctor's appointment at like 4:30, so I was just like doing tiny bits and pieces, get some food ready, and then head off to the doctor's appointment. And I have to be there at 6:00 because I got to do a big debrief thing with production team and set up the rooms and stuff. So we drove separately. Mm-hmm. I don't know where this story was going. We're just doing a recap.
Yeah, if you want to.
I was fucked, basically. I was fucked when I arrived because I hadn't slept in a week. And I was about to be fully awake for 24 hours because this drama was happening from the Monday all the way through, and it got to a peak on the Thursday.
On the drive over, well, yeah. On the drive over, I did a yawn like that.
And you're like, oh, no.
And I went, no.
That's a real yawn.
That's a proper yawn.
Yeah. We were tired.
Yeah.
We were tired. Well, we got the cast.
Yeah.
Matt was like a really funny cameo character, and there was like 4 others I think that were cameos, and we gave them the option, be like, we can put you with the ensemble numbers, or you can just learn your tiny bits, and then you can go home, have a sleep.
Well, I was a little like nobody knew this, but I was a little shit. No, shitty's not the right word. I've been doing a lot of auditions,
Just get knocked back,
which is not the normal for me. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to say that, not like a cunt.
Welcome to my life.
I have a very specific brief. Mm-hmm. And what I'm good at isn't lead male, lead female. Not everybody's going for the shit that I go for. So what I do well, and I go for it. And I've been doing that a lot lately. I've had like 7 or 8 auditions where I get to the callbacks for this character and I go, I did a good job, and I don't get it. And it was starting to wear thin. It was starting to wear on my psyche. I was like, oh, shit, am I actually not as good as I thought I was? Because I have a healthy amount of ego, which I think I need for my job. And then...
But yes, when you get turned down so many times, like, what's the fucking point?
So I was looking forward to this because I was like, this is a company that loves me. It's a company I look forward to working. We'll do something, and they'll put me in something for me to sink my teeth into. And it just wasn't something to sink my teeth into. It ended up being... I was being a baby. It ended up actually being a lot of fun, and a handful of people were like, it was like a fan favorite character.
Oh, 100%.
Especially because across the whole show they kept talking about this guy, and then you finally show up and people are like, ah, shit. So it did end up being.
And your Corey was the best of the whole show. That was like, your part was so put together. but it was so dumb that it was like one of my favorite parts of the show. Not because it was you. I was getting so excited to see you do. You can't touch this.
Well, because you hadn't really seen it.
No, we did. Matt and I had you and I had Connie for dialogue because all the directors. There was 4 directors. We had to split up to try and manage the load, and Danny had to have all the leads because he had to do actual blocking, and we had to fill in the gaps basically. So I got you 2, and I was like, "Do you know what you're doing?" And you said, "Yeah." I was like, "Cool, go home."
And we choreographed our dance an hour before the PTSD run, the like rehearsal. We were the last thing to be choreographed.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the part. I was a little bit disappointed because I was like, oh, I would have liked to have done that or done that or done, things that would have been a bit more teeth sinky. So I kind of like cracked the shits a little bit. Not really cracked the shits. I was trying to leave my ego at the door. That's really hard because I keep my ego firmly in my front pocket.
Yep.
Because I do this for a fucking living, so it's sometimes difficult. Without a healthy dose of ego, I wouldn't be able to be the real GMat.
Yeah.
I would just be Matt.
G.
Just Matt. The real Matt.
The real Matt.
Anyways, so I just wanted to leave.
Murphy!
Nice. We'll do a whisper one so they don't hear us. So I just wanted to sorry everybody, we're being quiet because we don't want to trigger the dogs.
It's all right. I think they'll bark at Ellie.
We
You could talk normally.
I wanted to. I know I like talking quiet.
It's really yuck.
Fuck you, bitch. You've been so goddamn mean to me that. Anyways, I wanted to go. I didn't want to be around anybody.
Yeah,
I was feeling a little disheartened.
Yep.
I was expecting more and just feeling a little bit useless. So I did leave, and it was already 1 o'clock in the morning. I had to be back at like 7.
Yeah, because we had to. We wanted all the cast there for breakfast, regardless.
Yeah. So I ended up getting home altogether from the drive home to having to get up to drive back. I got 3 hours sleep.
And the drive home was not close.
No.
It was a solid 40.
Yeah. So I regretted that very heavily because I got a shower, which was nice, but the 3 hours sleep really fucked me more than everyone who just stayed up the whole night was fine.
You had to there was like all of us went through the prod team. We lost a few people along the way, but like the ones that stayed up, we all kind of went through a stage of like, I feel so sick and my everything hurts, and then you just got past the tiredness and you're just there and you were just awake. It was like the new day. So it's like you pretend you just went home. It's just day 2 of rehearsal weekend. Like
that was sort of it. I noticed a couple of them were just like, well, it's because the sun's up now. I kind of just feel like
it's just the day.
It just feels like another day. I'm like, that's wild.
Yeah. The nighttime, because the first like 2 hours were really stressful. So this show that we did, by the way, was called Pop Stars, the 90s musical, and all of us thought we were going to do Grease.
Yeah,
that's what everybody thought. It was like there's no other show that fits this specific brief that we've been given and all these hints by the president. It's Grease, and we were kind of just accepting that it was going to be Grease, and we have all seen it and we all know it, and it was going to be super easy to cast. And then they pulled out fucking Pop Stars, the 90s musical, and we go, has anybody seen this show? And one person put their hand up. They're like, my high school did this show. This script was probably the most woeful, poorly written piece of trash I have ever seen. So we had to we got in this like massive group huddle, and we were like, what in the fuck are we supposed to do? Because we had no idea about, we never, not one time considered in all of our production meetings that we would be put in the scenario where nobody knew anything about the show.
Yeah.
So we had to pull up the one random cast member into the production meeting chat and be like, you need to give us the rundown. And she's like, well, it's like boy band versus girl band, and like the boys can sing but they can't dance, and the girls can dance but they can't sing, and they all suck, and blah, blah, blah. And we're like, okay, like what is this show supposed to look like? So we're like, we're getting nowhere. Let's just all of us, because the original plan was that 2 members of each team, because it was 4 choreo, 4 music, 4 directors.
Yeah.
And 2 from each department would go and cast the show, and the leftovers would split up into like props, tech, teaching the ensemble, learning the choreo, like all of that sort of shit. So we divide and conquer, because they said the last 24-hour show, they wasted too much time with all of the prod team in the one room casting.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, we can't fucking do that because we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
So we all had to go into the back room. I think I had the text there. And I was like, you need to go to the shed and just tell me what set pieces are built. I think I started with. I was like, just like let me know the lay of the land and what we can just pull in. And I need to go in and work out what this fucking show is. So when I got in there, Dara was on the computer and they were like furiously typing the like character breakdown, like the scenes of where they appear, because we had no idea who sang what the significance of the role was. But by the time I had got in there, all the leads were picked out, and as you were, and they were shuffling a couple of the girls. Basically, it was made up of the mean girls, so Regina, Gretchen, and Karen, with a Katie, and then another Katie. So 2 Katies.
Yeah, there were 2 Katies.
And then we had Aaron Samuels and then the T-Birds.
Yeah.
And then we had you as Simon Cowell and your cuck. And that was it.
Sean.
That was Sean. And that was it for the leads. And there was just a bunch of random girl bands and boy bands that we had to fill. So like Spice Girls, S Club 7, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, that sort of shit.
All right.
What?
Backstreet Boys.
Oh, very funny. So we're like, we're firing through this script, and like halfway through, Daryl goes, stop! I've just found a new character and they've appeared in the last 3 pages of fucking Act 2.
Yeah.
So we've got to then pull someone out of the ensemble, go, well, you have to put this here. And like Janet Reed, who's playing a male Italian chef, we're going to do that because that's very funny.
Yeah.
Like just all of this. And it was kind of nice to be a part of the collab, being like, that's very funny, that's very funny, that's very funny. And we also, because we didn't know the show, we just didn't bother with callbacks because we don't know what we're supposed to ask of them.
Yeah.
It would have just been stupid.
A waste of time.
And like Katie was there firing through the score, being like, I have to see if there's any hard songs or any, changes to the music or whatever. We just have to just wing it. And if they can't do it, they can't do it. It is what it is.
Well, I mean, like we'd all Googled just in the auditorium. And like it was very funny to watch you guys freaking out because we've all got our thing and it says, we've all found with one simple Google what the character's name is, what they do, what their vocal range is.
Yeah.
And you guys are like, what do they sing? What do they do? And we're like, relax, guys. Look at this.
Yeah.
And I go, I can't play him. I can't play him. I can play him. I can play him. I can play him. I can't play him. Like that was sort of like the vibe. And they're going, what the fuck do they sing?
Yeah.
I'm like, just look at this.
Yeah. It was like,
full
we had
panic.
Yeah. It was full panic.
And we're all, because we just sit out there. We're like, let's just Google what the plot is.
Yeah.
I've read the whole plot.
I've
read what every character is. I've gone, I'll probably get cast as that.
So Dara was the one, we all like shut up and Dara read through the whole synopsis of Act 1 and Act 2. Because in the script there was like a massive play-by-play. So we basically like had a footnotes thing of the whole show. So on the whiteboard we're like, okay, we spend majority of the time in a dance concert hall. So we need like levels and we have to put the band on stage.
Yeah.
So we need somewhere for them to live because we have no pit. So let's just build platforms. Let's just copy Catch Me If You Can basically and build 2 platforms for the band and then 1 for performers, which is kind of like Catch Me. And then we're going to have scenes on either side of the stage, and that's the best we can do. We ended up with like an idea of making 2 sets of walls, 1 scene on each wall, because there was 4 different like areas of the show. And then I disappear. I have to go have a meeting with the techs. Then I had to have a meeting with props. And then I had to meet with the set people that were already at the venue and steal some of their set. So I was gone for like 3 hours of whatever you guys were doing.
Yeah.
And then the next thing I did was costumes. I had to map out all of the costumes. I was like, this person's playing this. I had to explain the plot to them as well. So I'm getting tired because we're doing everything very, very quickly. And I'm trying to remember, but this person is here, but they're also going to double as this and that and the other. And like you had random people coming in and asking. I don't like when people ask me permission to do things.
Yeah.
Because I'm so not a rules person.
It's only just because, for me, when I had to ask you shit, it was because someone else was telling me, go ask Sienna.
Yeah.
And I like once or twice, I just said, she said yes.
Yeah.
And just lied.
Like they did that during, what's it called? Jersey Boys. They'd be like, Sienna, are we allowed to put this here? And I said I think it was someone from costumes asked me, Sienna, am I allowed to put this here? I just said, I don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah.
I don't, this is so, of course you can. Yeah. Why would I ever say no? Like, I just thought I'd check with you. I'm like, that is so kind of you. But I'm
Fuck off.
But yeah, I bless you. Of course you can. And if it is a problem, I will kindly ask you to move it.
And then you'd be like, why didn't you ask me?
Yeah, but I just had
had
people coming and being like, Sienna, are we allowed to do this? I'm like, sure. If you would like to, if that is going to make you happy, please go ahead. Go right ahead. But I was like, oh shit, I am on the production team. And they're like, oh, we need Sienna next. We need Dara next. We need Amelia. And we had to send Amelia home because she's pregnant. So we were losing one member of direction at midnight regardless.
Yeah.
So Dara and I were like, okay, we need to split up here. And I was a little bit scared to do scene work without Dara because I'm not very comfortable yet in my directorial shoes. Like I got to do a little bit of it in School of Rock, but Danny was like, we need to do 3 scenes and let's split 3 ways. And I was like, can Dara come with me, please?
And then you got to us and you're like, you good, mate? We're good.
Yeah, well, I had you and Connie. I worked a bit with Connie's stuff because she didn't really. Connie had this character who was like DJ Prince or something. Mm-hmm. And it was just this random MC that just kept showing up at the talent contests. But we couldn't get her.
Couldn't believe she knew her fucking lines. I didn't know fucking dick.
It was very funny you didn't know dick.
Yeah.
We the podium that we had there, we couldn't get her off stage once the performance started because she then had to have more lines after the song was finished.
Yeah.
So we're like, you are just going to have to stay up there and vibe for 3.5 minutes per song, and you're going to be lit. So
and she fucking vibed.
Connie is going to win a Cameo Guild Award for that performance. It was so distracting. It was fucking hilarious. Because
that's what you want from a cameo. Distraction.
She just kept coming, like, in the dress rehearsal, she was very tame in the PTSD run, which was props, tech, dress, sits probe.
Yeah.
All in one. And she was very tame in her character, but when it got to the performance, her costume kept changing. She kept coming out with like more chains on. She wore 2 pairs of sunglasses, which is like our inside joke. She came out with these like fucking car dice around her neck.
That was the thing that fucked me up, was she had the car dice around her neck, and then the next scene she came out
with 2.
And she had bigger car dice around her neck.
Both pairs.
It was like they just kept getting bigger and bigger.
I was so obnoxious in that audience because I was like honk laughing at everything she did. The funniest fucking thing she did, and I'm so glad we kept it in.
How am I back this far?
I don't know, man.
Keep going.
You're a fucking lowrider. Her first entrance, she did a gag to me to like make me laugh. She stuck her head out of the curtain and sniffed because the girls are on stage and they're doing a song, and she comes out and she's like out of the curtain. I was like, that's fucking funny, and I hope someone sees that. Can you keep doing that every time you come out of the curtain? Is like, and
that's fucking gross.
Yeah, it was. It was really yuck. It was like she came out of the bushes, and she's like, "What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up?"
Yeah.
Bow, 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 bow.
Yeah, we were in one of the fucking set rooms. And she was like, and blah, blah, blah on the violin. I was like, can you do an air horn there? And I was like, can you go, brow, 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 every time anyone says the word violin, can you just go wah, bah, bah, bah?
It was funny.
And it killed.
Every single time.
I was like, your character it's so meaningless, so I need you to just send to the moon.
I wonder if anybody's still listening now, if we've, like, this is such inside baseball, but we're going to keep talking about it.
Yeah.
This is why I came to you about the costume, because I knew they were going the wrong direction. Because I knew what you wanted from this weird fucking ex-boy band drug addict.
Oh, for you.
For me.
Yeah.
And they said, all right, so we're going to have you in like a sparkly suit. And I went, nah.
Yeah, no.
Nah, because I know what I want to do to
Yeah.
make the most out of my time. Mm-hmm. And it's not that.
No.
And then I came to you and I was like, hey, GMat sketch.
The Jinx.
And
I was like, of course.
Yeah.
Obviously.
That's obviously the character.
Yeah.
I don't know who said sparkly suit or where that came from, but that wasn't it.
Yeah. It was when you came out with one of your tracksuit pant legs rolled up in a fucking expensive jacket and your gross green tracksuits.
Yeah.
It's the funniest goddamn thing I've ever seen.
Later on the show, I come out and I'm in a matching blue tracksuit.
Like a proper sports tracksuit.
But I don't have a shirt underneath, so it's zipped down to like my belly button. And I've got like
14.
6 chains around my neck and every ring that I own on my fingers. Like some fingers are doubled up. That was when I was like, all right, I know what this is.
Yeah. And boy, was it everything.
Yeah.
So Matt came out and did your choreography. Who did your choreo? Mark. He nailed it. Your robot, all of them, all 4 of you, that was the best choreo of the night. Do you remember what it was?
You know, it was probably the best choreo because it was the last thing that was learnt. Like we learnt it like.
Oh, it was like doing it straight afterwards, kind of thing.
So like when you said that, I was surprised, but I guess it makes sense because we did it at 4:30.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if we did the PTSD run at 5. We started like 4:45.
So
we would have choreographed it at like 4:15.
Okay.
Choreographed it, finished like 20 minutes before we go on. Went and chucked our costumes on, and then went and did it straight away, and then just did it straight after that, and the next thing. But yeah, the choreo was
It was to MC Hammer, Can't Touch This. So
Choreo
they're
was
coming
funny.
out going, and they're coming out doing the robot.
Yeah.
And all of them are doing something a little bit different. And it just looked great because, like, one by one, you'd come out of the curtain, but you're in just a
Well, here's the
little
thing.
conga
We were
line.
supposed to be doing the exact same thing.
Oh, no way.
Maybe the choreo wasn't as good as you thought it was.
But it looked so good.
Yeah.
It looked like they had given everyone an individual.
I think our legs
thing.
were all going the same way, so whatever we did with our arms
you were
didn't
doing
really matter.
something like that.
Also,
that was
nobody
great.
told me that the whole show I'd be handheld.
Oh, really?
So
we had a massive problem with the sound.
We'd choreographed stuff like in the
With the
dance. I was
hand.
supposed to pull the mic out at a certain point, and I was like, okay, I can't do any of that dance because I got a mic in my hand. I gotta can't touch this, and then like it didn't work, and it did. It was. I mean, it wasn't annoying. It was a 24-hour show. I made it work, but I was like, fuck. That means I can't do this. I can't do that. I gotta do this.
If anyone has seen Matt do his old auntie walk, that's what the character was, with your butt sticking out. And I was cacking myself. And you were singing Can't Touch This with a British accent. Mm-hmm. You can't touch this.
You can't touch this.
It was fucked.
My music hits me so hard. Makes me say, oh my lord.
It was so great. And you're like, you said to someone in the front row, I haven't slept in 30 hours or some bullshit like that.
I there was a bit in the song. It was like, can't touch this. Because in the song, it's like, can't touch this.
Come on,
you know what I'm
homeboy,
talking
yeah.
about, homeboy. You can't touch this. This is where we live and something. But I decided quite early on the stuff I wasn't going to memorize and the stuff I was going to memorize. Like pulling the thing out of my pocket. I was like, don't even memorize that. I'll just do that. And for that, I was like, I'm not going to memorize any of that shit. I'll just make it up. And yeah, one of it was like, I've been awake for 30 hours. And they laughed. And I was like, would you believe I've got a master's degree?
Yeah.
I don't know why that was so funny, but the audience ate that one up.
I was laughing at the other one and I missed that joke.
Yeah.
I was a problem in that audience.
Would
I'm
you
going to
believe I
hear
have a
my...
master's degree?
Can't touch this.
Can't touch this.
I really wish you gave us one of the can't motherfucking touch this.
Oh,
you
I forgot.
Yeah. because you did that in the rehearsal, and I hope you heard me laughing from the bio
I did,
box.
and you told me before the show as well to chucking a motherfucker in there, but I forgot.
Motherfucking touch this.
It was because the song stopped.
Oh yeah, the like ad-libby bit went for too long, and then you ran out of music.
We had more stuff we had to do in the context of the song, so the song stops, and we're like, cut. And I turned to the audience and I was like, I'm going to be real with you. We thought that music was going to go for a lot longer than we thought this song was going to go for a lot longer
You're
than
like,
it could.
sorry, Baz.
I was like, I turned to the music director. I was like, Baz, can you give us an outro, Sugarfoot?
Yeah. The funny bit was in the PTSD run was that the song kept going well after you had exited, so you just had to keep going. You can't touch this, and it was just God, because there was nothing else happening on stage, and you like kept popping your head back out. Can't touch this. Can't motherfucking touch this.
That was it. Dropped in that motherfucker. I can't believe it. I'm gonna have genuine regret now that you've reminded me of that.
Yeah,
the motherfucker. That would have been the cherry on top.
Because I said, you have to milk that exit because you're doing your stupid butt walk off the stage so slowly. Dun, 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 can't touch this. Dun, dun, dun. You're acknowledging no one. You're just pausing to say it and you're still waddling. And I'm like, can you just pop your head out of the, the curtain?
Can't touch this.
Can't motherfucking touch this.
Yeah,
it was really funny. The whole thing, Shanae, oh my God. So Shanae played Regina George, basically. And she was like Cali Valley girl. Oh my God.
Mark, no.
Mark, it's so sad, really.
Now, we could sit here, I could sit here and suck Shanae's dick all fucking day. But nobody is, like, the majority of our viewers have no idea who Shanae is. And we've talked about this 24-hour show for like an hour now.
It was a good show.
Should we move on to something else to wrap us up?
Let's.
When
you have
it's because we started this podcast at midnight. It's so fucking wild how downhill. I'm so cozy right now, and I'm just that. It's like I'm just that perfect amount of warm. Would you, if you had a partner, right?
Yeah.
End of sentence.
If I had one. If I only had a boyfriend.
If you were dating, well, who's the guy in What's Its Fuck that we just talked about?
I got another fucking bit I'm gonna bring up.
Oh, no, do that. I'll tell my fucking. Would you let your partner piss on your thing in the post show? Tell me your story and we'll finish off on yours.
This is to all the blokes out there, right?
All the blokes. By the
listen
way,
up. Hey, fellas.
If you're just listening to the audio version of this, I have fallen so far back into my chair and I'm resting my microphone on my chest and talking down into it. And you know what? I feel pretty good about it.
You look pretty good about it.
Thanks.
No worries.
Thanks, Sugarfoot.
This is all the fellas out there.
Can you show us one tit? No, because I don't have to blur it out.
If you're on a dating app, right?
Yeah.
And you are making your profile.
Yeah.
And you decide that the cover photo is going to be not only yourself, but 5 other people. And then the next photo that you put on there is you and one of those people.
Swipe left. Straight away.
It fucks me off.
I've spent time on dating apps and nothing pissed me off more than I see,
group photos.
Group 5 women. I'm like, this is useless to me. I don't know
which one. And it's never the one you want it to be either. Because you're like, it's not going to be this guy. And it's the ugliest one. Yep, awesome. Now, everyone's beautiful.
It can't be a tactic that works, surely.
No, you know why?
To go a group of 5 people and you go to the next one, a group of 5 people, you go to the next one, a group of 2. I'm like, go fuck yourself.
Because you spend time looking at their profile. So it's not like the They do it on purpose because their profile is getting viewed for longer because you have to fucking go where's Wally and find out which person it belongs to.
Have some respect for your friends and put emojis over their faces.
That's what, and like I also find that as a Nick as well because I'm like, just get a photo of yourself.
As a what as well?
Just an ick. There's so many. My biggest ick at the moment is the people spelling the your incorrectly. So the opening line that I keep getting is, "Hi Sienna, you're beautiful.
gorgeous."
You're beautiful. You're gorgeous." But it's
Fucking brag.
Y-O-U-R. It's the wrong
Your.
and I just don't reply.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you're a dead shit.
Yeah.
If you can't figure that out, and if you're too lazy to put tap on the symbols thing and put the apostrophe in there, just type "you are." I'll accept the "you are." Sometimes I write "you are," but if you're gonna use the wrong "your," it's over. We can't continue this.
Conversation done, Denzel.
It's just like, are you that fucking dumb?
Yeah. They probably are.
They probably are.
Yeah.
But also, what's wrong with you? And I don't like this this trend that's going on of being like, I'm here in Australia for 2 weeks, keen to meet so many new people, but they have on their long-term relationship as what they want.
Yeah.
It's like, but you don't live here. He just put a hole through that chair.
Boom.
Yeah, it rumbled.
That was a low fucking boom.
But also, every time I've matched with someone, because on Bumble you can see who's liked your profile.
Yeah.
So if I do match with them, I send them a message. I say, "Hey, thank you for the match," and they just don't reply. And when they do reply, they say just absolute nonsense. And like they go, "Oh, I'm looking for someone who's kind and caring." You know, shit. No shit. I'm like that girl who was like, "Oh, what do you do for work? Do you like it? Do you like it?"
How many sisters you have? You have a lot?
Yeah. How many siblings? You have a lot. Yeah. Oh, I hate this. I hate that, like, I'm going to have to go on dates now. And I don't like that. I don't like the fact that I'm going to have to be like, "Hello, my name is Sienna." They'd be like,
Have you considered
do you want to smash? And I go, no.
Have you considered maybe just being single for a little while?
I am going to be single for a long time. I'm going to be single for a while. I just know that I'm going to eventually have to go on dates and introduce myself and put on a fucking act. And they'll go, "What do you do for work?" And I go, "Well, I sell fences." "What do you do for work?" And they'll go, "I'm a plumber. I'm a this, I'm a that." And I'll go,
"Oh my God, let's cut to the chase. How big is your cock?
No.
How much money do you have in your bank account right now?
It's going to go straight to, how much money do you have in your bank account?
Are you friends with your ex-girlfriends?
Yeah.
Do they speak nicely about you?
Do you have a tendency to get angry?
What is your, show me it, put your head down so I can see the back of your, like the
Do
top
you
of your
beg
head.
for St. Kilda? If so, you're going to have to go home.
When was the last time you swore at a
Elderly person.
when was the last time you swore at a relative, you know?
If they own cats?
What's the one question you would ask someone if you're on a date? You get one question to ask to discern whether or not you want to date this person.
What's your job?
That's a pretty good one.
Because if they say, "I'm a checkout chick at Coles,"
why?
or do you think they're going to be on a six-figure salary?
I don't need a six-figure salary. I need a decent human being. That's what I'm.
No, I need a
That's where
six-figure salary.
That's why you're fucking. I was gonna say the meanest thing then, but here's the deal: plenty of people chase partners for cash and money.
But I'm not chasing partners for cash and money. I'm chasing.
But that's the one question you're gonna ask. You're gonna ask one question: is what job do you have, to discern whether or not this is the kind of person you could enjoy the company of.
But it's not about enjoying company. I need them to be a life partner. I don't need to enjoy the company of them. I didn't enjoy the company of all my boyfriends that I've had in the past. Yet they were going to, well, some of them could have supported me to be a stay-at-home mum, which is what I want.
This is ludicrous behavior, Sienna.
Yeah, I know.
You're taking the entire life out of life partner. You're just getting partner.
Yeah, that's
this
fine.
person to support you while you do fucking whatever. No.
Yep.
Because you know what? You'll turn into a fucking cunt who hates their kids, hates their partner.
You know I'm joking, right?
I fucking hope so. This is pissing me off.
I do have
this
like,
is making me fucking mad.
I do have a bad, like, there's one particular look that I'm going for, so they have to also be looking like that.
Yeah, that's fine.
For me to be attracted to them.
Yeah, I mean, we're assuming that this person that you've met, you're attracted to.
Yeah.
And you got to ask a question of like, just to discern what kind of human being they are. and if you could spend a fucking life with them.
Someone sent me a voicemail. It was one of the very first matches I got, and he was a Kiwi, and he was like a business owner. So I was like, this is a good start. But then he was like, okay, just asking you a couple of questions. Do you have a job or a career?
Yeah, fuck off.
And I was like,
That kind of question is like, what are we fucking buying cattle? Piss off, idiot.
yeah. I was like,
I don't like dating like that, where you're like, what's your earnings? What's your 5-year plan?
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm just like, what do you? That's what I'm stuck at the moment, because I'm like, tell me about yourself, and they go, what do you want to know?
Like, swipe left. Tell me about yourself. Say some
general,
fucking words.
Something general. I go for Collingwood. I work as a stage manager here. I live here, and I'm looking for a new girlfriend. And sometimes I say, what brings you to Bumble? And they go, oh, I'm looking for the one, or like just happy to meet some new people. They're happy to meet some new people. I'm like, you want to get your dick wet, so why are you wasting my time?
Wasting my time, brother.
I just don't. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in hooking up with anyone. I'm not interested in going out and having fun like everyone's telling me to do. Now you need to go out and have fun. That part of dating is not fun for me. That is the worst part of dating, is the fun part.
You just want to skip to fucking eating Mackies on the couch.
Yes.
Yeah, well.
Yes. It's like, oh, good. I have to shave all the time. That's what I don't like. I don't like being the act, the fucking I'm a perfect princess. And then maybe Tom Segura does this bit. He's like, can we cut this shit out now?
Yeah, I have to fight pretty bad.
Yeah. He's like, I've had to fight for 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just what I'm not interested in. But my caliber of men that I am interested in, I'm going to have to act like a little princess for a little while.
And then you fucking stop. And then what happens?
They're like, oh no, she's so mentally ill.
Yeah.
She's so,
maybe you need to raise your caliber in men a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they all start out nice.
No.
They all start out nice.
No, they don't. Not a single one of them started out nice. You keep saying this narrative of they all started out nice. This one was fucking 2 other people right before they met you, and every single person around you said, I'm not so sure, Sienna. And you went, oh, no, he's blah, blah, blah. Just had this conversation last night. Mm-hmm. When they're like, he was fucking, I won't say the name, but like, let me make up a name. Like, he said that he was, he was looking up. And then you were like, no, that's a lie. That's not true. And everybody was like, bullshit. The other guy was a fucking piece of shit from the moment you introduced me to him. I was like, I don't like this guy.
He was my Fiero. Relax.
Relax. Don't talk shit and expect me to just side with it.
He was wealthy.
They all start great. One's a cunt.
I want to put my feet up.
No, because my knee hurts.
Let me put mine there and you put yours there.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna fucking squirm.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking
pull your hamstring.
Cramp. No, none.
Ew, look at my feet.
None of them started good.
They were fine.
No, they weren't.
It was.
They tricked you by grabbing your shoulders and saying, "I've got you."
Yeah, I know. I got tricked. I do need someone to be like a little bit more like Sienna is queen. Like, I'm gonna treat her like a queen, and like that sort of thing. Not being like, you're just if you want to be here, you can be here. But like, I'm not fucking changing who I am for you. You're just part of the furniture.
Yeah, I don't know what that behavior is. I think the majority of people I think the majority of partners will unapologetically love their partner in front of people.
That's what I've never had. I've never been like, look at my girlfriend. It's always like, it's the complete opposite. It's like, can you go?
Which is the thing we've been talking about for the last 2 weeks. It's the caliber of gentleman that you bring into your life sexually is not the kind of person that is going to unapologetically love their partner publicly, because they'll walk into a space and it would serve them much better for people to think that they're single.
Yep.
And that's just the facts.
I will be single for a while.
If you want a pretty fucking tall purse for your Instagram photos,
I do.
Then you're going to have to suffer that a little bit.
That's exactly right.
So
That is the double-edged blade. There is the every boyfriend thus far has been better looking than the previous, and it's disastrous from here on out.
Yeah, but that's not to say that there aren't any good-looking, tall, handsome gentlemen that will treat you right.
Yes,
I'm just saying
they're hard to find.
ones that will deal with you are going to treat you like shit.
Yeah. Guys, if you can't tell, I'm a piece of work.
A lot of fucking work.
I'm a lot of fucking work. I joke about it all the time, but and I say to you, I'm like, it is a fucking nightmare to date me. Yeah. I
can see it.
So you can see it?
Yeah, I can
see it on the cards.
I can see it.
I am a lot of work because I am an anxious attachment person. Mm-hmm. So every 5 minutes, I'm like, oh, cool, we're breaking up. Every day I go, do you still love me? And they go, I told you I love you 5 minutes ago. I go, yeah, but you looked that way and you just seemed disappointed, so I'm just assuming that you hate me. That's how my brain works.
Yep.
And I go, hey.
Now, listen. I shared a similar experience, and then I started dating someone who unapologetically loved me and made it clear to people, and I never felt that. Mm-hmm. I didn't have that.
Oh, you've never had the insecure.
I didn't have that with
Being made
Beck.
to feel insecure.
I didn't have that with Beck. Was a very comfortable partner.
Murphy Lulu! Enough!
I had anxious attachment issues and have in the past and even now expressed points of being like, I think people don't like me, or I think the person that I'm interested in doesn't like me. Mm-hmm. And I didn't get that with Beck because Beck made it real clear to me that she loved me. Mm-hmm. Now, I wonder if this is really a huge part of you or you haven't received you haven't received any kind of safety.
That might be true, yes. Because in Dylan's relationship, it was the best friend. Me competing. I do get the feeling that you have not felt safety in any of your relationships. Nope. Nada.
Subscribe to the show, everybody.
The sugar daddy applications are now open.
Do you want to keep going into this in the post show? Because we're getting it's getting a bit low and slow, so I just want to say goodbye to the main audience and go fucking join the post show. If you want to join the post show, patreon.com/GMat podcast.
For the love of God, we need the money because now we have to pay for Geordie's rent. Yeah. Speaking of.
Patreon.com/GMat podcast. If you're watching this on whatever you're watching it on, do something. If there's a like button, if there's a subscribe, if there's a comment. I'm so
upset in my own house. Can everyone who's watching please just come and talk to me? Make a conversation in the comments section. Tell me what you thought of Wicked. Tell me what you thought of fucking, I don't even know.
Do it on YouTube because the Spotify comments, I have to approve every single one for some fucking reason.
Jump on YouTube. Talk to me. I'll respond to every single one of you. Please. I love you all. Good night, Australia.
See you later.
We're so tired.
Hey, it's GMat here from The Real GMat, and don't forget, if you enjoyed that episode of Mentally Illegal and you want to hear more, we also have the podcast post show available exclusively to our Patreon supporters over at patreon.com/GMat podcasts. The podcast post show is a shorter episode recorded directly after the main podcast where we just keep on chatting. Again, patreon.com/GMat podcasts. Don't forget to thumbs up, rate, and like this podcast on your podcast app of choice and share it with all of your friends.